Let's look up how to view a publicly traded company's financial statements and how we can move that information into Excel. So first things first, you are going to navigate to sec.gov. So type sec.gov into your browser and go to that web page. Then you will click on Search Filings. And in the company search, I usually recommend grabbing the ticker symbol just to be safe. So for example, if I was doing one where I was having trouble understanding what the ticker was, I could go ahead and say like, oh, what is Google's ticker symbol? A lot of times it'll pop up really fast. So that one just kind of gave it to me. If you do need to search, that's fine. That's normal. Here, NASDAQ. NASDAQ says that the Google ticker symbol is GOOG, which yes, that's the one I want to use. So if I go back, sorry, I had a few things open. Go back. If I go ahead and I type in that ticker symbol, it's going to take me to Google. And then from there, I'm looking for the company's annual report because the annual report is going to give me the most recent annual financial statement data. Another word for a company's annual report that it gives to its shareholders is a 10K. So I'm going to go ahead and click this plus sign, and I'm going to look for the most recent 10K that this company filed. So this is a 10Q, so this is a quarterly report, but I want annual. So I'm going to go down to this next one. Here's the most recent one, and I'm going to click on Filing. Okay, move this over a bit. Now, once I'm here, I could click this button right here. This will give us the full 10K. I'll pull that up real quick so you can see what it looks like. So this is the company's full 10K. And as you can see, we have a table of contents here. It has financial statement data, other notes to financial statements. There's a lot of information here. It's usually over 100 pages for one of these annual reports. You might find that later on in the class when you start doing your group projects that you might want to go to the company's full annual report to see if you can find some data that you have to dig a little bit harder for. But in our case, I'm going to go back actually. I want to click on this interactive data button. You see, move this over just a tad, the company's financial statements. For this course, you're pretty much just going to be using the company's consolidated balance sheet. Sometimes this might be called the company's statement of financial position. And I'm going to need the consolidated statements of income. So that's an income statement. Sometimes this might be called an operation statement, statement of operations, or a profit loss statement, right? So like, let's say I was clicking on this statements of income and I wanted to get this information into Excel so I could basically look into it a little bit further, maybe do some math with these numbers, kind of like what you're going to have to do. Back in the day, they had a button that would allow us to export to Excel. It looks like they took that function away, unfortunately. So I'm simply going to select the entire statement. I'm going to open up an Excel file. And I'm going to add that in. I usually recommend, since it comes over with all that formatting, go ahead and click the paste options and just do plain text. And that way you can kind of clean it up a little bit the way it needs to be cleaned up without worrying about all of the weird formatting and linking that's going on, right? So you might find that you have to kind of change the width of your columns. You might find that you need to maybe go ahead and merge a few cells, just do a few things to make it a little bit more readable. It's probably going to need a header that says that, hey, by the way, this is for Google, and you can put Google Inc., whatever's supposed to go there, right? But essentially, yeah, at this point, since they're not going to give us the Excel download button, you're going to have to copy and paste it and then clean it up as necessary, okay? If you have any other questions, please feel free to let me know.